Thank you so much, Isabel, for taking the time to talk to us today at the Green Hydrogen Summit. Thank you so much. I wanted to start off by asking you, what makes Belgium a strong hydrogen hub within Europe?
Yeah, there are several reasons. So first, we are already a big hydrogen consumer. We are a small country, but we are the fifth or the sixth hydrogen consumer in Europe. So relatively important consumer with a lot of international big companies being present in the Port of Antwerp-Bruges mostly. So that's one reason. The second reason is that we are already an import hub for natural gas today. So we already have the links with the other countries. So we are known as an import hub. So we want to translate that experience into a new hub for hydrogen. And third, we are centrally located in Europe, of course, and we have a lot of expertise. Maybe also good to mention there that one of the biggest current hydrogen pipeline networks is mostly in Belgium. So Air Liquide as a private network, which is mostly most of the kilometers are in Belgium. It's also connected with the Netherlands and with France. So we already have also a lot of practical experience with hydrogen pipelines feeding the industry. So we have a lot of practical experience, and we have the experience of also being a hub for natural gas, and we are a consumer ourselves of hydrogen. So that makes us in total an interesting country to be a hub in the future.
How are industrial clusters accelerating adoption?
Well, yeah, we are, I think if you form a cluster, you can also be a strong voice towards policymakers. So we are united, we speak with one voice. We represent the full value chain of hydrogen. So we have producers of hydrogen, we have transporters, we have the technology players, we have end users. And together we can really have a balanced voice and give balanced advice to our policymakers. And that makes a lot of impact. You feel that they talk to many companies, but if you talk to them together and with all these balanced opinions, that makes it much stronger. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that you facilitate collaboration, of course, between the different parties as a cluster. That's what we do. We try to do pilot projects together. We exchange knowledge. So we are the spider in the web, to connect all these players and to make them work together, and also to be stronger, to have a better visibility towards the outside world as well.
And that's really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you say are the most successful EU-funded hydrogen pilots then?
In Belgium, eh? Yeah, there is now, regarding domestic production, we have limited capacity. We have limited renewable energy capacity, but there is one project now being built in the Port of Antwerp-Bruges. It's nearly ready. It's 25 megawatt of electrolyzers, and that's also European and national funded project. So that's really nearly ready. So that's a very strong project. And then we also have the infrastructure projects that are being built at the moment. So the pipeline, of course, the pipeline of Fluxys, which is the first part is now being built as well, is really the pipes in the ground. And that are the most successful ones, I think. And then the terminals that are being developed for ammonia storage, these are in development, so they're not there yet. But yeah.
How would, obviously we're here in Oman at the Green Hydrogen Summit. How does Belgium see cooperation with GCC suppliers? Yeah, as I said, we are a big consumer, but we don't have the capability of producing ourselves because we have such a small country, a small amount of sea only. So we have a bit of offshore wind, but not that much. So we need it for electricity consumption. So that's why we are looking for reliable exporters of hydrogen to feed our industry. So that's an important collaboration we want to have with, for instance, Oman. And since historically there is already a link between the two countries, and also with some companies like DEME and the Port of Antwerp-Bruges being active in Oman, investing here. So the link is made, and we hope to build on this
trustful relation to have an importer-exporter relationship, and also to exchange our technology. We have several good technology players that build electrolyzers in Belgium, so that's also a way of exchanging knowledge and importing hydrogen.
And you've got, like you mentioned, you've got very strong, a very good relationship with Oman, haven't you?
Yeah, even between our king and the Sultan here, they've been seeing each other several times last years, and so in between the governments, between the king and the Sultan. So all these relationships have been built, and also with companies like Port of Antwerp investing here in the port of Duqm. And they may being in the High Port project active during several years already. So all these elements together, they form a basis to build on.
You described a lot of models that you have in Belgium. I wanted to ask you, what lessons can other regions learn from Belgium ecosystem model?
Well, what can we learn? I think that we are very broad. We have, as I said, we have the full value chain available on a very small country. We also have all infrastructure very close to each other, consumer and producer, very near to each other. And that's what makes it strong, that you have that interlinkage, and that you are, and that you have all these different parties available, and that they can show in some pilot projects, that they can show what they do locally before they export it.
You mentioned pilot projects. What technologies would you say are the most promising in early pilots?
What have been most successful? We have electrolyzer technology, of course. We have some electrolyzer builders in Belgium, and they have already been active in the first pilot project. So we have pilot projects on refueling stations, hydrogen refueling stations already for several years. So it's just showing that it works, and have the storage, the production, the consumption. Even on small scale, it learns you a lot about the safety, the permission, the permitting. All aspects are important. So if you have it on a local scale, all these elements of the chain, then that makes it very valuable.
Of course.
You have that, and then and now we have the pipelines being built. Yeah, we had already the Air Liquide, the private pipelines. Now we will have the public ones. So all these steps, interconnections between the different parts of the chain
are really important.
Are really important, of course.
And instrumental. And finally, how would you describe global players? How can they engage with Belgium?
So as I said, we need import of hydrogen. So we are looking at different regions in the world to see whether we have a balanced import pattern in the future. We cannot rely on one party. So we need a very balanced sourcing of hydrogen in the future. So that's a very good reason to work with Belgium, because we really want to import, and we also want to be a throughput hub for other parts of Europe, for instance Germany, which is very close by. So we offer that possibility to have that throughput of hydrogen and ammonia, also via ship, via train. We have a lot of transport means for ammonia towards the hinterland of Belgium. So that's one thing we can offer. And on the other side, we have that experience, we have the technology, we can deliver to other countries. So that's reason enough to collaborate with Belgium.
Isabel François, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.